Hi, I'm John Doorley, co-author of the new book, Rethinking Reputation, How PR Trumps Marketing and Advertising in the New Media World. This is chapter 3, the power of your personal or company brand. Brand is really how you perceive yourself, how you want to be perceived, as opposed to reputation, which is how others perceive you. So we focus in this chapter on the story about Merck and Roy Vagelos. I had the great privilege, the honor, really, to be head of corporate communication during the 80s and 90s when Roy Vagelos led Merck. He goes on to the University of Pennsylvania, Columbia, becomes a physician, goes back to Rahway, New Jersey, and heads the research labs where many of these scientists that he used to see in his father's diner are now working. This was back in the 70s. By the 1980s, he becomes chief executive of Merck. It becomes the largest healthcare company in the world, the most admired year after year, not just financially, but for working mothers, working women, most admired internationally, you name it. And we ended by saying Roy Vagelos could not walk into a village in sub-Saharan Africa and find people who have not been benefited by a drug that his people at Merck discovered and developed and helped prevent this horrible disease called river blindness. Merck came up with a treatment for it and donated it thanks to Roy Vagelos. So there are millions of people now who are getting this drug every year free. That brings us to 3 lessons that Roy Vagelos thinks are important about personal branding. 1, know what you stand for. Know how you want to be perceived and act accordingly. 2, he believes communication is the lifeblood of any organization. And the 3rd one is what goes around comes around, because he talks about how Merck in Japan after World War II helped them deal with a terrible disease, and now Merck is the largest Western company in the healthcare industry in Japan. And now what Merck did for China 30 years ago is coming back to Merck 30 years later. So we hope you enjoy the story.